I muted myself. That's great. That's great. I muted myself. I said, great. That's some powerful words, Father James. Alright. So I appreciate everybody being here today. We have a lot to discuss. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull up that right now. I'm going to start with our activity rate at this point. Everybody knows, I'm going to say this again, it's ARMA 2, okay? ARMA 2 roleplay communities, activity rates are roller coasters. And you've all seen that throughout the months. You've seen it go up and go down, go up and go down. At this point, I think a lot of people in the United States at this point are having testing, so we don't know how long that'll take. But when we reach summertime, everybody already knows where our activity is going to be. So we've seen it so many times. Let's see. Alright, what I want to talk about is server conditions. As you guys know, we like to keep our server in immaculate condition. Okay? It hasn't been doing that. So whoever doesn't know how to drive, please drive normal. We don't want to see our server destroyed with railings down and everything like that. I haven't really seen that recently on the server restart. Okay? I just want to let you guys know we have not been restarting the server. The server's been restarting itself, but we did restart it last night, I believe, because of one little problem, and that'll be addressed today also. We will be upgrading to a 64 slot. 64 slot, you say, okay, well that's not that many people. Well, 64 slot is not for the population of the people. It's for the memory base. Okay, that means the server will not crash every 4 days, because it's been doing that recently. We haven't been doing that. It's been crashing. The memory, okay, you got a lot of memory for that server, and you've also got a lot of withstand between desync. Okay, 64 slot will help us with desync, such as, you know, if you shoot someone, they automatically plop down with a certain amount of shots, not just take delay, such as Europeans or people around the world. Because as you know, when you try to shoot or engage people, their scripts don't really work if you're on a different bystander. That's the way it works when it comes to desync. I don't know. I mean, that's how it works when desync happens. Or a lot of games have desync. But that'll also help us in roleplay, and there won't be delays such as, oh, I just got in the car on my screen, oh no you didn't, blah blah blah. That'll help also. Now memory wise, that'll help. Like I said, it will make the scripts faster, a lot faster. This isn't just a little bit faster, it's going to make it a lot faster. And it'll also keep our activity of the server staying up, such as it'll stay on longer than 4 days. As you guys know, a lot of RPG servers do not keep their servers up for the amount of days we have. Okay, no one in ARMA, I believe, keeps their server up for 4 days. Now, I'm not talking about roleplay. I'm not talking about military servers or anything like that. I'm talking about roleplay servers. Not many servers have stat save, which is excuse my language, a bitch to set up. Okay, so you guys have to be, you got to bear with us when we try to set up stat save. Okay, we've been talking it. We got so many people to talk to about setting up stat save. It's not even funny. Okay, just please, please, please bear with us. Stat save is a lengthy process, but will be finished hopefully by next year. I can't really say that. I'm just giving out a estimate. Okay, so please again bear with us. Doing crimes with law enforcement's not on. Everybody needs to understand, don't do crimes with Blue 4's not on. Now when Blue 4's on, do crimes. I don't care. Do crimes, just don't do it every 2 seconds. Everybody already understands that. What I'm trying to explain is when when Blue 4 is not on, don't go killing people just because you're part of the mafia. Okay, that is considered death matching when no Blue 4 is on. Alright, and we will take money out of your account for doing so. and penalize you. Right? The only way we solved that is somebody started killing everybody and they were broke. In a roleplay stance, okay, I can understand that if Blue 4 was on. No Blue 4 was on. You cannot do that. You cannot rob the banks. You cannot rob gas stations when Blue 4 is not on. Okay, that's not fair to anybody in roleplay if no cops are on. In real life, there's going to be cops on every single day, which unfortunately it's a game. We can't do it that way. And pretty soon we're going to be doing, again, to limit people on their money, because I've noticed people with millions and millions and millions, even though we have $200 worth of checks, we're going to start doing a monthly rebate, which is you have to pay a monthly fee to be in the server. Not real money, I'm talking about game currency. Okay, so don't think, oh, we're going to turn it into a Bay City. We're not. So make sure you don't do crimes or cause fires. When FD's not on, do not cause fires. It lags the server. If you wonder why the server crashes when you put fires down, that's why. Those fires are basically, they keep spawning and spawning and spawning when you put one down, and it will lag the server and crash it. Alright? I want to talk about hacking or hacking on other people's servers. This is considered now a zero tolerance in any way. Okay, if you hack on our server, of course it's zero tolerance and it's a banned offense. Nobody should be hacking. We just have upgraded our hack agents and they basically catch everybody. Secondary, if you're hacking on other people's servers or we catch you using any type of hack, any glitch or exploit, it's considered as a probation act. Okay, we do not tolerate it on other people's servers. It is not fair to say, okay, we can't hack on Palm City, but we're going to hack on Kakistan or anything like that. That's not fair. If anybody thinks that that is fair, or not, what I'm saying is, if anybody thinks that's not fair for us to do that, then I consider anyone to leave right now, because we do not tolerate any hackers at all in this community, on our servers or others. It makes us look bad as a community. Okay, everybody's in it together. We are a brotherhood / family in this community. Like I said, no law on or FD. Battle Eye is still being upgraded. We're trying to fix it where you guys can't go AFK on the server for hours and in, because we've been seeing that happen, and we're going to fix that so it kicks you on a certain amount of time. We still are going to keep Battle Eye, just letting you know. We still are going to keep it. We're not going to remove it. We need it. Language. I've seen a lot of people use language. Now understand this. I just want to talk about this because there's not a lot of young people in this channel, except for James. No offense, James. But when it comes down to language, okay, yeah, we're not going to limit the amount of language you use. But when it comes to a intent where you're just saying F this, F that, F that, F that, just in normal speaking, that's ridiculous. Okay, we're not going to tolerate that kind of language at all, especially racism or anything like that. Everybody understands that. Any discrimination on voice or age limits will not be tolerated. We will not have that at all. Okay, like Whiteside said. He said no sailor talk. That's basically it. Alright, we don't like profanity to a point where you're saying F this, F that in every 2 seconds. Now, for our older people, yeah, you can say, you know, curse at certain times of the night, but not to an extent where you're saying a cuss word every 2 seconds. Alright? We try to make this a family environment, and cursing every 2 seconds just enables people to use profanity to a point where they haven't even used profanity, but they hear it, they see their work environment, and you know what, they're gonna do it. That's the way it works. I've seen it so many times. Someone didn't even cuss for a year, and then basically they start hearing it from a lot of people and start doing it. I don't want that to happen. So please filter your language in this roleplay. Rules. Now, I was entitled to read the rules this meeting, but I'm not going to. I appreciate if you guys would read the rules yourself to understand all our terms of policy and role play. Okay. Now, some of that stuff has not been updated, which we will be updating it pretty soon. But the AFK and talking on global thing needs to stop. Such as, everybody understands global is only for 311/911 occurrences. You cannot type, "Oh, why'd you arrest me?" Or, no, that is a direct. Use TeamSpeak. Okay? Use direct or TeamSpeak. Do not type on global. You guys think that we're overpowering as admins. We're not. Okay? We are basically saying, don't type on emergency lines. Okay? /911 or 311, or if an admin needs to speak to you, that's global. Just don't type random stuff such as, haha, that was funny, or look what you did. None of that. Okay? From now on, it's going to be a one warning. If you do it again, we're kicking you off the server. And that's a warning to anybody. So don't think that, oh, we didn't give you a warning. We gave you one warning. It's not going to happen anymore. We cannot have global being spammed. That's not what we made global for. Okay? So everybody needs to understand the 311 and the /911. If you need to call information, it's 311. If you have a question, 311 /911 is only for emergency purposes. Alright? Rage quits, okay? Everybody understands that when you get killed and you just leave the server, that is considered rage quitting. You guys may not think that, but it is. Okay? When you leave the server like that, that is considered rage quitting. Because, one, you did not notify any of these staff. That is a rule in this community, to notify a staff why you're getting off the server. Saying, oh, okay, I gotta go do something with blankety blank. You don't have to tell us you just say you just have to go do something. Because when you leave the server like that, if a cop kills you in a lawful manner or a civilian kills you in roleplay, you leave the server, that's considering us thinking, okay, you rage quit. In roleplay, you cannot rage quit. That's a zero tolerance when it comes to rage quitting. Alright? Facebook groups, I don't know, I talk about this every single meeting, everybody knows. I like to have the what you call it, media / publicity out there. Feel free to join our Facebook group. I'm going to post the links below and you can join. Okay, that's where we put every single update of what we do, such as community wise, new updates such as the new FD and all the vehicles that we inquire to put in the server and everything like that, so you get an update on what to do or what we have coming, so you guys aren't lost. And it's basically our newspaper of FST.
Hey, wait.
Oh, and we also have a Twitter now, so yeah, we're into that. We weren't in that before. Ride-alongs. If you guys want to do ride-alongs with SO, figure out how they do patrols or ride-alongs with FD, we're more than welcome to let that happen. As long as you fill out a form. I'll even put up a ride-along form so you guys see how we work and see that we're not bad guys. Because a lot of people have been saying, oh, you know, police are blah 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 blah. Well, we'll do ride-alongs to show you how it is and why we're like that. We're not like that to an extent where we're abusive or anything, and we can show you during that on ride-alongs. You guys, I'm not putting anybody down, but a lot of people in this community do not know American laws. Okay, that's only because some people are from, you know, different parts of the world. I would suggest that you look at it. Every time that you get arrested or cited, okay, you are told why you were cited or arrested. And if you don't like it, look it up. Or, of course, possibly when we get our court system set up, which I'd like to get that set up, we could start doing that. We could start doing court cases to basically, if you feel that you were cited for the wrong reason or arrested in the wrong reason, always come to the court case. We can set that up and get that through. Now, let this be known, at this time we are now accepting bails in jail. Okay? So now you can bail people out, depending on what they did. Okay? Depending on what they did, and it's not considered the jail bail anymore. It's you go up, if you want your buddy to bail you out, you go up to a officer and you give them the amount of bail, which will be in the system. They'll look up and say, okay, this person has this amount of bail. Just because the script says, oh, this much money you have to bail, doesn't mean anything. We're depending on the crime now, okay? Depending on what you did is the depending amount if you need a bail or if you're eligible to have a bail, and if you don't have a bail because of the crime you did. Alright? As you know, our timer in jail only goes up to 25 minutes, which will be changed pretty soon to at least 3 hours. Yeah, it will do that because we're tired of people getting out and doing the crimes again. So that will be fixed upon how much time we give you depending on the crime. All right, and let me just put this out here because you guys are always wondering, why is it always more? Why is the money more? Blah blah blah. Well, it depends on the activity rate on the server currently. Okay, so if the activity rate is, I don't know, 6 people, okay, you would probably get less time and less money at that point because there's less people on the server. Alright, the reason why we do this is because if there's like 25 people on the server and we only give you 6 minutes in jail and not much money, you're going to go out and do the crime again, and we got a lot of people to deal with. Okay, so that limits the amount of occurrences we have. Alright, so that's why we do that. Like I said, upgrading. I have ideas for other servers to populate this community. I want to know you guys' ideas when you get a chance to let me know. Such as, hey Brown, we should get a Minecraft server, or I'm not really into Minecraft, but if you guys want to. My ideas are the following. Okay, let me name those off real quick. Okay, my ideas are the following. Okay, considerably an Arma 2 military branch if you guys want to. I will post that on the forums and the polls of what you guys want to do. We have a lot of wasteland server ideas, if that's up to you guys. An FST DayZ server, that is also another possibility. And the new recent one, which will be the SAMP server for another roleplay stance. Okay, that's up to you guys. I don't know. I'll post your topics on a forum and then let me know what you want to do. Okay, because I got money floating around and I want to strengthen this community when it comes to other servers. All right. Let's see. All right. Where we stand as an RP community. Right now we are flourishing when it comes to RP. Activity rate is down at this point because, again, like I said, Arma 2 communities are roller coasters. We go up and down, we go up and down, we go up and down. Okay, so we got a lot of application we still have to review, and once we get those reviewed, we'll start bringing in those new people. Alright, so just sit tight. Like I said, everybody's on a different time zone. You just gotta bear with it and wait for them to get on. I mean, I wish everyone had the same time zone and they were all on the same time. We can't make that happen. I wish we could, but same in training, same in FD or SO or Coast Guard. Not everyone has the same time zones, and we can't do it that way. I wish we could. I'm going to talk about tattletelling because I've seen a lot about this. Okay, if someone's doing in roleplay, let us know to an extent. Okay, if somebody's driving around code 3, we can catch them for that. Don't tell us, oh, Coast Guard's driving around code 3, they're not supposed to be doing that. Take care of them. Don't tell us how to do our jobs. We hate that the most. Okay? We know how to do stuff as staff. You don't need to tell us as a member for people to do things. Okay? Did you send me a question mark? Oh yeah. A lot of time the siren glitch when they're code 3, that's a glitch. Okay, that means they recently have turned off their code 3s and it's still going because either you alt tabbed or someone alt tabbed and it's still playing. Okay, so understand that. As you guys know, there will be checkpoints at the Coast Guard ports from now on. Everyone's seen that so far. I'm trying to get, you know, guys, I want people to do more RP. I haven't seen people doing it to the extent of what we want in this community to be, you know, you see truck drivers drive. I can understand that is a lot of part because you guys don't have stat save and the server doesn't stay up. I've noticed that people don't park their cars anywhere. Oh wow, we're trying to accomplish that, but you guys got to work with us. We don't want crimes happening every 2 seconds, such as you guys robbing a bank or shootouts every 2 seconds. We want people to do RP. I say this every single meeting, and we do it for a little while, and then it goes back to the crime. Everyone's a criminal. Not everyone to an extent. It's death matching, but it's still role play as criminals. Now, of course, granted, you can be criminals. Okay, that's what you want to do, RP wise. But we do not want at least 45% of civilians that come on here to be criminals. We don't want 4 people in a car while the other population is thinned because 4 people are in a car. We want people doing trucking jobs. We want people doing role play jobs such as going out and fishing, putting a tent out there and selling the fish. To any extent, we want that to happen. We want to see more of that, guys. We change the prices depending on how you role play. Alright? Understand that. We depend on how much people earn or start with in the server. We depend on how much the prices are, such as gun licenses and everything like that. They have gone up because of the crime rate. Alright? That is our choice, so we can limit the killing. But if you guys make it simmered down and get it through, then of course the price will go lower and lower and lower. Okay, they won't go too low, but to a realistic standard. Alright? We want people to go fishing. Well, we want people to do pilot jobs. You know, and everything to an extent like that. We want people to do jobs. It could be a toll booth. As you know, the speed bumps will be soon at the toll booth place, and you guys are going to have fun driving over those. But yeah, we won't bring new content in if you guys don't roleplay to the extent of what we want. Yeah, we accept gangs, we accept all that, but we want to see more. Okay? And you guys have done good so far. I appreciate you guys being active once again. We're going to try to bring those other people that haven't really been on, talk to them and see what their status is, and hopefully they get back in here, and we'll, you know, get our activity rate back up to a max like we've been doing so far. But at this point there's a lot of testing, like I said, so, and other matters. Let's see, train divisions. Alright, let me talk about that, because a lot of people are asking me, why can't I join, why can't I join? Okay, understand, in this roleplay, you cannot be part of the sheriff's office, you cannot be part of DOD, you cannot be part of Coast Guard, you cannot be part of any other train division, except for FD, I believe, with 3 or more felonies.
Hey, wake up.
Okay, those add up. You cannot be a pilot if you do a lot of crimes. Okay, now you have to be trained to be a pilot, because we don't want idiots flying around and crashing. And you could talk to Ryan and Kern about that. But we don't want everyone to be fire department. We don't want everyone to be Blue 4 all the time. Alright? We want trained individuals, such as Sheriff's Department, FD. We don't want just random people joining FD or random SO. Okay? That is now, let me talk about that. If you join any Blue 4 thinking no admin's on, thinking nobody's on, we can look in the log and see what you did. And that is considered, and you guys may think that's harsh or not, but you guys shouldn't be in Blue 4. That is considered a 48-day probation. Yeah, that's 48 days. Okay? That's like 2 months of probation. Now granted, the person who did it will probably leave this community because they don't want to wait 2 months to join again. Well, I'm sorry, don't join Blue 4. Okay, that we take that very to an aggressive stance when you're joining Blue 4 and doing stupid stuff, putting, let's see, a sheriff car in the study room, or an arson kit in the sheriff's office. All right. And we do not appreciate people flying in the sheriff's office or doing stupid stuff while people aren't on. Okay? Don't do it. That is almost being considered a kickable offense when you're in the sheriff's office messing around or putting arson kits in it. As everybody understands, when you're at the sheriff's office for no reason, or in fire department, or at Coast Guard, one Coast Guard can deem you as a threat if you're in their Coast Guard base, because that is considered a DOD base, which is Department of Defense. Meaning, they can either take you down in a hostile manner, if they deem you as a threat. They won't just automatically shoot you. They will arrest you and charge you $1 million fine. As you guys know, $1 million is a lot in the server, and it will take a big chunk out of your pocket. So let that be known. If you steal any first responder vehicle, it is also $1 million fine, plus you will be arrested. Alright, let's see. Anything on your mind, Anderson?
I think you covered it.
I think I covered it? Alright. Like I said, if you guys think we're the bad guys, you can always do a ride along with us. We'll show you what we have to deal with every single day. And that's not just SO. I'm not being selective on that. We're talking about fire department, DOD, Coast Guard, whatever. We have to deal with all these civilians that do stupid stuff. I'm not calling you guys stupid. I'm just saying you do some stupid stuff. And I'm sure you guys know who you are. Another discussion I'd like to talk about is realism. When you hit structures doing 90, your car is going to break. Okay, don't just do it because your car in game right now doesn't have much damage. When you hit something doing about 90, you're not going anywhere. Okay, do not keep driving after you hit a solid structure. That's the same anywhere. Okay, that's the same in my sheriff's department. That's the same FD. They hit a solid structure, they will basically discontinue the pursuit, and other units will still be in it. Okay, we keep it real. You guys need to keep it real. That kind of sounds ghetto, but oh well. But please keep it real. That's what we're here for. We're here for roleplay. And at this point, my sheriff's department is now not carrying weapons around, as you noticed. We don't carry our M4s on us. We don't carry our shotguns on us, because now we're keeping it real. Okay, we have a system now where we can hide our weapons in our car that you can't scroll down and take it. Now, if you do, of course, mess with the gear, that's considered a almost kickable offense, because you're not supposed to be messing around in that car if it's locked and it's secure. Okay, just because you go in the scroll menu does not mean you can take the vehicle, the weapon, or any item in it. So, as you notice, we are not carrying our M4s during traffic stops. We are not carrying our weapons during calls. Depending on the call, we will carry a weapon. But we're keeping it real. Okay? So you guys need to keep it real when it comes to not stealing our stuff during a traffic stop. Because I've seen that several times before. We were at a traffic stop, didn't have our weapons out, we had our M4s in our car, and you guys got out, or somebody got out, scrolled down, took our M4 and shot us. That's not how it does. That's not how roleplay is. You don't automatically Stretch Armstrong, get the M4 out of my back of the car while we're like 5 feet away from the back of your car and shoot us. Now granted, roleplay wise, you pop out with a gun, hey, there's a chance that either a deputy is going to pull out his gun faster than you, or you're going to pull out it faster. That's the power of roleplay. Okay? We can't stop that. We can't kick you just because you killed us. That's roleplay. Now, just to give you guys heads up, if you guys are wondering why so-and-so we're still on you after you killed an officer. First of all, we have several cases in entitling that, right? When you shoot an officer, they call out the information before you even engage them. That's what the traffic stop communication is. Okay, they call out the unit of your car, who's driving it, not name wise, but your name tag is your license plate. Okay, so if they call out your license plate, the color of the vehicle, the what the occupant possibly looks like at this point, and how many, you're automatically somewhat caught. Okay, so don't think that we're out of role play and saying, "Oh, well, you died. You can't come after me now." That's not how it goes. We call it out before we interact with you, and you guys should know that. So don't think that we don't do our jobs, because that's what we do. We're not doing it out of role play. We're doing it with role play. Because dispatch already got the information. Those units are looking for that certain vehicle or person. All right, so don't think it's not fair, because that's what we do. I'm thinking I'm missing out on a thing I wanted to talk about earlier. You remember what I wanted to talk about? I know I didn't cover everything. Anybody got anything I need to talk about other than what Hockley wants to talk about, which is FD, which I'm going to throw that to Hockley at this point.
Wait, what? 1 second. Gotta go, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, we do need a civ admin. I'll let you talk, Renardo, real quick, and then Ireland will talk. Go ahead.
Alright, I think we definitely need a civ admin because half the admin, I mean, all the admins on here are cop, and
yeah, I know.
never see what's going on.
I know. That's why Sylvester was going to be an admin, but things changed. So I've noticed that too. And I tried to basically get a civ admin to do so, but no one wants to step up in that, and no one's actually qualified to do so at this point as a civilian, unless someone does, get those correspondence to being accepted as admin, and you guys can apply on the website to do so. But if we deem you as not required or do not have the requirements to do so, we can't.
Like me?
But James at this point is considered as a civ admin, so just letting you know. No, Renato. Is that all you wanted to talk about?
I had a few more things, but you can let the other people go.
Okay, well, let me talk about the. That's a good question you came up with. But let me talk about the side channel. Okay, if someone's in jail, don't talk to them. If someone's someplace else you're not, well, let me rephrase that. If someone's someplace such as getting arrested or in jail, or of course someplace you're not, but you could simulate you're talking on the phone, but in jail you can't talk on the phone, nor can you talk to them during they're on scene where they're handcuffs. That is a kickable offense off the server if an admin sees you talking in side channel saying, okay, what are they arresting you for, blah blah blah. Okay, so keep it real. I will have my admins kick you for doing so. I've seen a lot of people saying side channel, such as somebody's robbing the bank, another civilian's out there telling them, oh, they're right next to the bank, blah blah blah. That is out of role play. Okay, that is letting them know when you're not even in there to communicate with them that we are on the side of the bank about to go inside. That's not fair for either me or the sheriff's department or anybody that's being involved. That breaks role play standards, okay? So don't do it, because it's a kickable offense. I'm tired of people doing that. Alright, Ireland, let me let you speak. Go ahead.
Alright, well, since Island Bulk Haulage has been around and, nobody's applied and stuff, so, yeah, it comes to the point where I'm just gonna have to shut it down. I'm not gonna do it anymore.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll just be an independent. And I gotta go soon, too, so.
Alright. Anybody else? Alright.
Smith earlier, he said, Coast Guard don't patrol, and the
The
first thing I want to say is we have
we have
5 ports to go between.
Smith, what I want to talk about is, like I said, like I was talking about earlier, that's tattletelling. Alright? If we see as an admin, or if we see as Blue 4 any division that another trained individual is doing something wrong, we will address it. Okay, you don't have to tell everybody in TeamSpeak that they're doing something wrong. I don't. That's not your concern. I told you this several times, and we can discuss that later. But like I said, if we address it, we see it, we will deal with it. That is none of your concern. Don't play admin. Yeah, and the licenses at this point, Rose, aren't going to change until I see activity or roleplay or weapons. They're not going to change, but when they do, roleplay changes, then I will consider lowering the prices. Alright. Who else needs to talk? Anybody? Anderson? Oh, okay. Hold on, Renardo wants to... What? Yeah.
This is mainly for you and the admins, Brown.
Uh-huh.
Since I think we're out here, I think we should get a secondary map when, as you said, the activity rate goes down to where there's only like five people on the server at a time, like a smaller map, so it's denser and there's not as many people spread out. I mean, this map is really good for our max amount of people that we usually get, but
Well,
at this point, with the lack of people that we have currently, I think we should have a smaller map for when the activity rate goes down.
okay, I'll put in consideration of doing so.
Oh, and where's Crosby?
I don't know. It's a good question, isn't it?
Fallujah's the same size as that of
No, it's not. It's actually smaller. It's 4 times smaller, actually. And I was considering the whatchamacallit.
Oh, and I think there's a new update for Tabiana too.
Oh, we have our own update, actually. Oh, also, nobody is going to make a secret service agency or any type of train division that you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Just letting you know. Marshal services, you know nothing about Marshal. You're not trained as law enforcement. You cannot be a Marshal or an agent if you do not have a certain amount of years as law enforcement. Now, Rose, yeah, you can have a cab stand. That's roleplay. It's fair. Just like, who was it? Mosley has a mail service. Brian, you need to talk next.
Hello?
Yeah.
Alright. The pilot training. What's it called? I've done, I don't know, 3 people. The next day they end up flying planes. I told them they cannot fly planes. From now on, you cannot have more than 3 felonies. As you can see, I put a form up. So, yeah.
Also, I'm planning to do a lot of community events. What is he running around for? I'm planning to do a lot of community events such as raffles and everything. So that'll also, we're getting our activity rate at that
disconnect
point.
from your channel.
Who left? Hearn. Well, he's about to be on probation anyway. Anderson, do you need anything to talk about when I refresh my mind of what I was supposed to entitlement after that?
Honestly, I don't really remember.
Huh?
I said no. I think you pretty much covered it all. I mean,
Okay. Let's see. Drug prices have been substantially requested by Rose, and they have been set up, but the licenses at this point stay the same. Until, again, I see roleplay to an extent that actually fair enough to work with what we have. Bum. Oh, record expungement. Yes, you can get your record expunged to an extent. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot get your felonies expunged. Felonies stay. Misdemeanors, they go away. If I see this server, restarting itself, blah blah blah, we will go back to their, reimburse process. But reimburse does not entitle you guys to do a crime as soon as you get reimbursed, because that's ridiculous. And again, like I said, bail is now accepted. So just letting you know on that. We are also going back to the new life rule to an extent. Okay, so if you get killed for a reason, on purpose to do so, of course we'll always come to the hospital and come get you. What are you guys talking about down there? Bling, bling, bling. If you guys feel free to recruit on other people's servers, not to an extent where you're spamming them, but if you find people that want to join, go ahead and do so. I mean, that helps us out a lot also. So, I can't really talk. Who is in favor, okay? Who's in favor of talking about the FD at this point?
That's pretty important. I think we should get that out of the way now.
Yeah. What about FD? Well, everyone, is Hockley here? He can explain it better. Well, as you guys know, one, FD has been inactive. Okay. Mackenzie is Coast Guard, not FD. Okay, well that's an opinion. I have not seen anybody be doing stupid stuff as any train division at this point, which is surprising. One, we have inactivity for FD. Two, they do on an extent play around a lot. Three, what are the other things, Anderson? I cannot think today.
One, lack of activity.
Yeah.
Two, some of those supervisors or commanders have no idea what they're really talking about, so therefore they're teaching their new recruits the wrong way. And when they show up, they don't know how to properly handle situations. So, yeah.
And we're not just talking about the fire department here. If you guys want to, basically talk about any train division such as SO, FD, or anything, let us know. Don't just keep it under the bridge because you think we're going to hide it. Talk about another train division, let us know. Don't keep it under the bridge or under the table at that point. When? Now. When is the what? Oh, well,
User
again, that's a lengthy process. I've been working on even checkpoint builder for construction workers, where they can spawn dirt mounds and cones and bulldozers if they would need to on the road. So again, that's a lengthy process. I can't really tell you when it's going to be finished. Well, when I see roleplay to the extent where you guys can handle it, then we'll probably go back to 70K. No, I'm sure that's established because I already talked about it. If Blue 4 is not on, don't kill people. Yeah, that's a personal matter that does not need to be publicly known. Ah. Does anybody have anything that we have not discussed today that you need to talk about? Alright, let me throw you. There, go.
I don't remember what it was though. I'm trying to think of what it was.
Okay.
Military.
Oh yeah, I remember. Are we gonna be like starting back up with like, for example, like not necessarily, but for example, like Iron Front and stuff like that?
Well, there's another thing, okay? When we do so, our activity rolls back to a roller coaster, as you guys know. When we go to a military train, start doing military or start doing other stuff like GTA divisions and stuff like that, our activity goes back to what we basically don't want to happen. But yeah, it's being considered at this point. A lot of people are wanting Ace to be in the server, but apparently you have to be in the same name channel, which I don't want that to happen. That's annoying.
I had something else and I forgot it again.
Alright, I'll come back. Alright, Hockley. Go ahead.
Buddy disconnected from your channel.
Hockley. Talk.
I was asking you because you're the one that was talking about it.
Oh, we just talked about FD.
I know, but I remember not a while ago you're talking about it, and that's why I was just trying to remind you because someone brought it to my attention as well. So.
Well, of course we have to bring that up because we don't want a shaky FD.
I was bringing that to your attention because I remember that you were talking about that.
No, we already talked about that. No one should be conducting fires or no one should be killing people when Blue 4 is not on. FD is Blue 4.
Bro.
It lags the server and crashes. What?
So are we gonna be doing military?
Are we going to be doing military? I don't know. It's not been considered yet at this point because, again, we keep flopping ourselves back and forth when it comes to activity. When we create divisions like that, such as GTA. I think we're just gonna keep it on the question of just doing it for fun again. Alright, Mr. McKenzie, go ahead.
This is pointed to the civs who like to do fishing. If you see a checkpoint and you turn around when we can see you, it's an illegal offense, so don't say, oh, we can turn around, there's nothing illegal, but it's completely illegal.
Yeah, that's suspicious when you guys go around a checkpoint or try to turn around. Because it's considering saying that you're trying to hide something. Now, Coast Guard, it's not an intent illegal, okay? It's intent suspicious. On suspicion, we can pull you over and question you and have the right to search your vehicle on the coordinations of you going around a checkpoint, because you're trying to either hide something, and we would determine that on the question basis. Coast Guard would determine that on the question basis, how you answer of what your intent is. That's the phase where they inquire to either search your vehicle or let you go. So they can't automatically search you. They would basically question you on a termination. Alright?
Alright, I remember my question now. When Arma 3 finally comes out in like December, whenever it's coming out, do you plan to, when mods come out for it, like move to Arma 3?
We do not intently plan to go to Arma 3 at all.
Okay.
Our Arma 3 depiction is 4 years or more. Honestly, just explaining this, once people go to Arma 3, you already know a lot of people are not going to buy Arma 3. Okay? So when people go to Arma 3, who do you think is going to be left on Operation Arrowhead? And a lot of players are not going to want to just buy Arma 3. Who do you think is going to be left, roleplay wise, on on OA? Exactly. And all those people that don't want to play Arma 3 are going to join our division, because we'll be the only roleplay division on Arma 2. See how that works?
Yeah.
That's why.
Alright. I think that's all I had for today.
Does anybody need to discuss anything? Anderson,
Nope.
do you want to do the ceremony today or next Saturday?
Probably next Saturday. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Activity rate might be better. Alright, I think that concludes today's meeting. If anybody does not have any questions or anything they needs to talk about, appreciate you guys being here today, showing the FST steel living. Everybody is free to disperse from the area.
From the channel, you mean?
From the channel.
And area?
And the area. Just don't act like idiots and drive away like idiots, because you'll still be cited.
Well, I'm
Let him act a fool if you want to act a fool. Go ahead.
Yep.
Alright, let's get to the gates.
Oh, also, I want to talk about, in roleplay, when you run, it's kind of suspicious to us. So, in roleplay, please walk. Because I've seen a lot of people start running, and they're all like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I was doing blah, blah, blah. I didn't know yeah, well, it's suspicious to us when you run like that. Because we don't know if you're running away from doing a crime, or running away from somebody who's trying to hurt you. Hockley, unlock this car for me.
1 second, I'm lagging. I have 2 FPS, so because of as I tapped out a lot.
Yeah, let me talk about that. 911 is not a roadside assistance call when it comes to broken down cars. Okay, that is considered towing or recovery or roadside assistance. You cannot call /911 just because your car's broke down. We do not help cars that are stranded. We do sometimes, but if we're busy in roleplay, we're not gonna drive to you just because your car broke down. Like Hewitt says. I mean, I helped him on the bridge with the Merlin to get him off the bridge. But occasionally we do that. But when the activity rate is high, we do not help you if your car's broke down. All right, just letting you know. Okay. next Saturday, or this Saturday actually, will be the, I think it's that next Saturday, isn't it? Considered next Saturday or this Saturday? What is it exactly called? Oh, somebody's getting pulled over being an idiot. Knocking down my gate. I'm throwing everybody in roleplay wise. Appreciate you guys being here.
User in your channel stopped recording.
Hey,
Hear that, James?